Exploring social media usage and its impact on adolescents with autism spectrum disorder, ASD, a comparative study. In today's digital age, social media has become an integral part of adolescents' lives. With the advent of various social media platforms, teenagers have access to a wide range of tools for social interaction, entertainment, and information exchange. However, while social media use among adolescents is increasing, there is a lack of research on social media use among adolescents with autism spectrum disorder. ASD is a neurodevelopmental disorder that affects social interaction and communication skills, making it challenging for individuals with ASD to navigate social situations. Social media has both positive and negative effects on individuals, including adolescents. Although social media can provide a platform for social interaction, it can also expose individuals to cyberbullying, inappropriate content, and other risks. For individuals with ASD who may experience challenges in social communication and interaction, the use of social media presents unique opportunities and challenges. As social media use continues to grow among adolescents, it is crucial to understand how it affects individuals with ASD. In this video, we will explore the use of social media and its impact on adolescents with autism spectrum disorder through a comparative study. By comparing the social media use of adolescents with ASD to those without, we aim to shed light on the unique challenges and opportunities that social media presents for individuals with ASD. A comparative study conducted by Alujayli Nazim et al. Aimed to compare the time spent and the purpose of social media use between adolescents with ASD and non-ASD adolescents. The study was carried out through a cross-sectional study investigating the social media usage, patterns, and reasons among adolescents aged 13 to 18 who attended a hospital-based child and adolescent psychiatric clinic. The study included two groups of participants, an ASD group with 26 members and a non-ASD group with 24 members. Both groups completed an 18-item questionnaire to assess their social media usage patterns and reason for use. The study aimed to explore the differences in social media usage between the two groups. The study found that adolescents with ASD and those without ASD diagnosis spend a similar amount of time on social media. However, their preferred social media sites and reasons for using them differ significantly. Non-ASD adolescents preferred Snapchat for social interactions, while ASD adolescents favored YouTube for entertainment purposes. These findings suggest that social media could be a tool for learning social skills for the ASD populations. Antunes, Deborah, and Alexander Dowes discuss the role of social media in mediating communication for autistic people, who usually experience difficulties in communication and social interaction. They carried out a digital ethnographic study involving Brazilian online communities about autism and for autistic people to observe how digital media can be seen as a cognitive prosthesis. They found that social media provides a more controllable environment which autistic people can better communicate and interact with similar others and neurotypical. However, it also comes with risk. Both authors concluded that digital technologies are facilitating brain adaptations that can lead to positive changes in how individuals interact with their environments. This symbiotic relationship between humans and technology highlights the incredible plasticity of the brain to adapt and evolve. Social media can be a valuable tool for individuals with autism to train and strengthen their cognitive skills. It is important to recognize and utilize the potential benefits of digital technologies while also being mindful of their potential drawbacks. Young Phil Weishon et al. Delved deeper into the experiences of autistic people with online social media, OSM, and the perceived benefits and risks associated with its use. They highlighted that OSM can provide a potential solution for the social difficulties faced by autistic people due to their impairments in social communication and interactions. However, they also emphasized the risks associated with OSM use, particularly for vulnerable groups like autistic people, such as cyberbullying, frauds, and scams. To support their claim, the researchers carried out in-depth face-to-face interviews with 13 autistic young adults in Hong Kong who had normal intelligence. The interviews were conducted in a semi-structured format by experienced clinical psychologists and social workers, using a set of questions that were designed with the consensus of all investigators. The participants were recruited from the two local community centers that serve people with disabilities, including autistic people. The inclusion criteria for the study included young adults aged between 18 to 29 years old with an IQ score of 70 or above, a diagnosis of autism. The study found that social media provides a platform for autistic adolescents to connect with others and engage in social interactions. Participants reported using social media for various purposes, including entertainment, information exchange, and socializing. YouTube was the most used social media platform, followed by Facebook and Instagram. Participants also reported using social media to learn new skills such as cooking and playing musical instruments. However, the study also highlighted the risk associated with social media use, particularly cyberbullying and exposure to inappropriate content. One study conducted by Triantafylopoulos et al. In 2022 explored the use of social media and cyberbullying in autistic adults. The study highlighted the potential risk of social media use, such as cyberbullying victimization and cyber aggression. However, the study also discussed the potential benefits of social media for autistic individuals, such as providing a more controlled environment for communication and interaction. Another study by Makunachi et al. 2018 emphasized the importance of accurately measuring the quality of life, QOL, of autistic people. The study found that using reliable and valid measures of QOL was crucial to measure progress and outcomes in intervention and treatment studies. The researchers also developed an autism-specific item scales, ASQOL, that can be used alongside the WHO QOL BREF to measure QOL of autistic people. In addition, Silva et al. Conducted a study on the genetic and behavioral aspects of ASD. The study found evidence that mutations in the TRPC6 gene may act as a modifier gene for ASD. The researchers also used Drosophila melanogaster or fruit fly as a model to examine the impact of mutations in other candidate genes. When it comes to the use of social media by adolescents with ASD, several studies have been conducted to explore usage patterns and reasons for use. One study by Mazurek and Winstrap in 2013 found that adolescents with ASD were less likely to use social media for social purposes and more likely to use it for entertainment and information gathering. The study also found that adolescents with ASD were less likely to disclose personal information online and were less likely to engage in social behaviors online, such as liking or commenting on posts. Furthermore, a study by Shadrack et al. In 2018 explored the differences in social media usage. patterns and reasons for use between adolescents with ASD and non-ASD adolescents. The study found that adolescents with ASD were more likely to engage in online communication with strangers. Despite the potential risk associated with social media use, there are also potential benefits for adolescents with ASD. Social media can provide a platform for social interaction that may be less stressful than face-to-face interactions. It can also provide a more controlled environment for communication, allowing individuals with ASD to communicate more effectively. However, there are also potential risks associated with social media use by adolescents with ASD. Exposure to inappropriate content and cyberbullying are significant concerns. Additionally, adolescents with ASD may be more vulnerable to cyberbullying due to difficulties with social communication and understanding social cues. Based on the available research, it is evident that social media can be a valuable tool for adolescents with ASD to learn social skills and connect with others. However, it is also possess potential risks and challenges that need to be addressed by parents, educators, and mental health professionals. Therefore, it is imperative to strike a balance between the benefits and risks associated with social media use by adolescents with ASD. By providing adequate support, guidance, and supervision, we can ensure that social media is used safely and responsibly to enhance the social and emotional well-being of adolescents with ASD. Further research is needed to better understand the impact of social media on this population and to develop effective strategies to mitigate potential risk and maximize the potential benefits.